American or Asian or, and like, you just don't know, so you should cater to everyone. Tana Mojo, Jeffree Star, Laura Lee, I'd hate to even say it, but Gabriel Zamora, sorry. And I love him so much, but I just had a brain fart. I just really, Manny, how can I forget Manny? I fucking love Manny. And to me, you're guilty by association, because all of you and Nikkita have been through or been on the Jeffree train, where it's like, let's use each other to not only get our followers up, but help each other, which is cool. If someone has 1.8 million followers, and someone only has, a couple thousand, why not put them on if you guys are all in the same, clique or group, or I don't know the word, fill in the blank. But it bothers me that it's like, if I was one of these young girls or one of these young boys, and I'm following Jeffree Star, I'm following Manny anyway, and I'm just getting drawn in by the fact that they're really good at their craft, and they're really, people that have taken this YouTube thing and this makeup thing that is now like a whole fucking situation. And they're making it to fit their lifestyle, making their own lane because they were excluded in the past. I'm just going to love everything about them. I'm not going to research their Instagram or their tweets from 5 years ago, or I'm not going to look them up in the news because I'm a young adult. I'm just thinking a mile a minute, as they say, or with like, I'm not actually researching. I'm not actually taking the time out to understand what I'm putting in my mind and what I'm allowing my brain and hell, everything to do with your whole being. When you watch TV or you learn something, it sticks with you. It stays with you. That's the same thing with meeting someone. So it's like, for you to have that responsibility and you don't include or you exclude, or you're racist or you're sexist or you're just sloppy. The word is just fucking sloppy. Like, you have a makeup brand, a very well-known makeup brand, and your makeup isn't biased towards anyone. Anyone can buy your makeup because money's green. There's no other colors to deal with when it comes to money. And if I'm a little black girl and I saw a couple Jeffree Star's videos, because at one point I followed Jeffree Star, I was like, this shit is dope. His brand, if we're just talking about makeup, is dope. But once I like did some research and saw all the media and the whole thing with Kim and just that whole situation, I heard the tapes for myself of him spitting out those racial slurs. I thought to myself, like, damn, I'm an adult. I could remove myself and not have to feel like I'm torn between, oh, I really like Jeffree, but he said those things. Like, what am I going to do? As a child or a young person, when you've already bought into this person and you already believe in them and follow them and worship them, and now they're not really supporting you, it's kind of like, damn, what do I do? And you're misleading a lot of kids to not think for themselves and not research for themselves and not identify with themselves first, and then your brand and then your product. Because if I'm a little black girl and I hear some shit like that, I would hope my family foundation and my friends and myself are strong enough to realize that I can admire you from a distance. I don't have to buy your products. I don't have to go on your Instagram. I don't have to go on your YouTube and continue to put money in your pockets when you can't even have the decency to respect your vast clientele. Like, there's not just one, like I said, there's not just one race of people that are these people's consumers. And then to have Nikkita and Manny and Gabriel and motherfucking Laura Lee to all at one point use him, whatever they want to say, used him, befriended him. They were all on the same motherfucking friendship train. And now it's like, I saw Jeffree saying, when the truth comes to the light, like basically saying like, aha, now it's you guys' turn to suffer or to be called out, and now you know what I was going through, and now you know who your real friends are. Like, we're missing the fucking point. I don't know how many times I went on YouTube. Open my laptop right now. I go on my YouTube and I see all these videos of, oh, the beef between such and such and the beef between, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck who stopped being friends with who. I don't give a fuck who wasn't there for someone else. I don't give a fuck what Gabriel said about Manny and how Manny did this. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Can we focus on the fact that racial slurs were said? That these whole group of people are all guilty of the same thing. Not understanding how big their influence is. Not understanding that everything you do in the darkness comes to the light. If you want to call yourself an influencer, you want to call yourself out here, putting yourself out in the limelight, no one's asking you to be fucking role models. But we're also not asking you to be fucking ignorant. Like, it hurt my fucking heart to see Laura Lee doing some bullshit ass video that's like her trying to squeeze out tears the whole time. Like, same thing with Tana. Like, I don't want to see your fucking video and then a couple months later you're doing videos with Jeffree Star. So now we're gonna all be in the same group. Oh, that was in my past group? Really? Was it in your past? Because I see on your Instagram and I see on your motherfucking your websites that you have black people sprinkled in here and there. I'm not gonna knock the whole beauty industry, but when we stop getting on this, I wrote this shit down. Hold on, I wrote this shit down. Hold a second. Yo, they are finding somebody out there. Somebody getting fucked up. I do appreciate how the beauty industry has noticed how beautiful black people are and started putting them in the ads more and more and putting them on TV, but come on now. We all know this is just a trend. This is all just a fucking trend. And I'm really not here for it when it comes to like people that are doing it just to fit in. But I am here for the people who have realized that this is an opening in the fashion and entertainment industry that should stay open and that will stay open if we have anything to do with it. And that is people of color and people who support people of color and see us just as beautiful as every other race or human being on the planet. Like, it's ridiculous. Don't just jump on this black is in trend. Don't just jump on this black is in trend. I'm gonna put that on the shirt. Because I pointed it out. I see all these shows and these commercials, like, for instance, the Cheerios commercial. Maybe I shouldn't talk about them, but the Cheerios commercial had a biracial child, and the father was, like, my color. You know, had a little fade or whatever. And then the mom looked like she was Hispanic or something. But I remember that being like, whoa, Cheerios. That's a well-known fucking brand. And they're out here promoting biracial families, which is cool. But up until recently, we're seeing African Americans of darker complexion and ads and campaigns, which is cool. But it's like, we've always been here. We've always been on trying out for these roles. We've always been trying to book these modeling agencies. It's just now we're saturating the market. You goddamn right. Because it's in. It's a trend right now. And because people are realizing that motherfucking makeup and clothes look good against our motherfucking skin. Come on now. But anyways, back to the topic. I'm just not here for it. I'm not here for Laura Lee's apology. I'm not here for Gabriel and Manny going back and forth, tit for tat. Like, I don't give a fuck about who did what and didn't do where, when, and why. I need to know that the influencers that I have clicked and clicked and clicked and clicked on and followed and even, thank God, I never bought any of their merchandise though. It wasn't like I didn't want to, but it would be like I'd go on the website, it'd be sold out, or I'd forget. Because this was like when Jeffree Star came out with the star-shaped mirror is when I really started like watching Jeffree Star. And before that, I was watching a lot of Manny, and I was watching a lot of Nikkita, and I was watching a lot of Tana. And when Tana showed her true colors, that kind of put me on a hiatus from YouTube. I was just like, over it. That's the only thing about YouTube that's different from TV. excuse me, these influencers that you're getting attached to, and you're like, what is the word? You're getting like involved. You're getting so immersed in their whole lifestyle, because that is the whole point, that when they let you down, disappoint you, it's like, oh shit, these are real people. These are real people with real issues and real problems. But the difference between people like me and other influencers who just are human beings, these people are pretending to be something that they're not. And they're taking people's monies and young people's just like being gullible and being naive and thinking that these people are flawless, because that's what they represent. They get this done and that done. They always have on this flawless makeup. They're always in these hotels and this and that. Now, mind you, they do show themselves without makeup, but they're living this Hollywood lifestyle. And it's like, the truth of the matter is, most of them are not right on the inside. And then it starts to show, and there's no makeup that can cover it or hide it. There's no amount of money, there's no amount of people you can surround yourself with that's going to hide who you really are and how you really handle yourself. And I'm not here for it no more. And I hope, if not anything else to get from this video, research, look up, cross-reference, go to your local library. I'm just kidding. But like, literally, don't get too attached, because these are all human beings that are not perfect, but at the same time, know what you're putting inside your mind. Know what you're allowing inside your space, because you don't have to just be worried about who's coming in your house physically. You have to be worried about who you're letting in through your house, through your TV and your phone and your laptop, because this stuff gets in your mind. Like, I was watching Tana and like really starting to follow her mannerisms and how she'd always down herself, and she'd talk about, I'm just a nasty, stupid slut, and but then she'd be like wearing all this makeup and talking about how she's not she would just contradict herself. She put herself down a bunch, and then you see her out walking confident, or just, maybe it was whatever the case may be. I just didn't like how she was so like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I'm just out here just living my life one fuck up at a time. But you're not really showing girls how it is that you put in the time to make these videos, and that this doesn't just happen just because you're just some like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, show the work ethic, show the real like time behind it. I don't know. It's just have a little bit more substance than just I do makeup, talk shit, and tell you stories about shit that's happened. And that's, I can't even get into it. It was so much dead TV, I'm sorry, when it came to Tana Mojo, that after looking at it, I realized that, damn, if I was a 13-year-old girl, this would be perfect. Because I don't know myself yet. I don't have probably any goals, and I'm probably just dealing with my hormones and lost in the fact that everything that happens to me is just I just can't take it. And then I see this chick, Tana Mojo, who's extra and over emotional and talks about herself and like all this extra shit, and nothing substance, nothing really deep about her. And yet she's got this money, she's going here, she's going there, she's got all these followers, and she's selling this very, very bad image of, oh, if you're like me, you could be where I'm at. It's not true at all. Not even at all. But if you're going to speak to young girls, if you're going to speak to a certain age group, then be prepared to own up to your bullshit, or give them a better version of yourself. I am doing the most. Yeah. So, moral of the story is, just research. Know who you're watching. Know who your influencers are. And to those, this video has gotten way out of hand. This is almost 20 minutes, but it's fucked up. Like, and it's really sad that there are so many influencers that are African American that can't even get the followers they deserve, or the streaming they deserve, or just the popularity they deserve, because you have influencers like the ones I mentioned who are just saturating the whole scene. And no one, like, they lost followers, thank God, but still, they've stepped on the backs of so many people, and they've used their platform to get to a certain stage now that it's like, who, a couple of followers. Like they're gonna have a backup plan. Trust me, because people like that, they're not stupid. Laura Lee didn't. You think she did that shit, that whole crying scene on accident? No, she planned that video. That's why she couldn't get any real tears out, because it was planned. Just like Tana Mojo, planned, and that's why they're all in cahoots together. Like, I don't give a fuck if Manny and Nikkita and all them don't talk to Jeffrey no more. It just probably got to the point where they got tired of living in his shadow, or he was getting too bossy. Because it wasn't because he's a racist. It wasn't because he doesn't know how to treat people or talk to people. Trust me, that wasn't the reason. That should have been the only reason. The main reason why you stopped talking to someone, because it's like, damn, if you're racist towards the people who are putting money in your pockets, then all your other morals must be really fucked up. Yeah, that's me.